Good news, the first Persona 5 review is in, and yes, it's a good game, even better than the previous Personas. Man, this game is going to do very well. If you're excited for Persona, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit the like button. I can't wait for Persona 5, so that's why it's nice to hear that in the weekly Japanese video gaming magazine Famitsu that they scored the game and gave it a 39 out of 40. To explain, they got the luxury of 4 people reviewing the game, so 4 people played through the game, gave it a score, and also wrote a little bit about it. And so it got a 9, 3 10s, combine that, you have a 39 out of 40. Also interesting to note is that the game takes around the 80 hours to complete according to the magazine, and this includes side quests, so that's a pretty long time. Persona 5 will launch next week in Japan, so that's why they already got the game to review. It's important to note that Famitsu is known for many high scores. They gave Nintendogs and Final Fantasy 13-2 all perfect scores, so 40 out of 40. Which of course is pretty insane if we look at the other review scores. But what's interesting to note is that the other Persona games did not receive as good review scores as Persona 5. Persona 4 Golden, the Vita iteration of Persona 4, got a 35 out of 40, and the Metacritic over here is 93 right now. The original Persona 4 on PS2 that launched in 2008 got a 33 from Famitsu and a 90 on Metacritic. Also looking at the other Persona Famitsu scores, then you see that they think that this is the best Persona yet. Of course, it could be different reviewers, but I still think that it's important to know that they were pretty harsh on the previous Persona games, and they like this one pretty much. So what will this mean? A ton of sales for Atlas. I mean a real ton. I mean, people will stand in line for this game on September 15th in Japan. Even though the PlayStation 3 version is also available, I think we will see a ton of PlayStation 4 sales. This will be the time for Japanese people to throw away their PS3 and go on the PS4 bandwagon. But still, the PS3 version will help a ton. It will be interesting to see what version will be higher in the charts. And that's awesome. In Japan, they release the weekly numbers precise by just every digit every week, so that's awesome to note. I will share that on my Twitter when they are out. But first, how much will it sell? Well, there are 10 million PS3 sold in Japan right now and around 3 million PS4s. And I think, yeah, like I said, probably a ton of people will buy the system on launch day as well. So expect the sales in the first week for Persona 5 with an install base of like 13 million. I would say 700,000. And that's a lot because Persona 4 Golden on Vita sold 137,000 in 2012. But remember, that was the year the Vita came out, so there was just not a big install base. So if we compare it with other more recent Persona titles, Persona Q on 3DS sold 186,000 on 3DS. And Persona 4 Dancing All Night, that rhythm game for Vita, sold 94,000. And this is all in the first week, so I think 700,000. Okay, I might rethink that, but I think 700,000 is the right thing to go here, because Final Fantasy 15, that will also help. That game was supposed to hit in September but got delayed to November, so RPG hungry fans will now buy Persona 5 instead of Final Fantasy, so that will also boost the sales. The Persona 5 launch is still far off for us in the West, but we can still enjoy watching the photos of Japanese people standing in line to wait for the release and hear people talk about it. Of course, and I guess you want that as well. You don't want to get spoiled, so avoiding Persona 5's gameplay videos will be the way to go, and that will also make it easier to wait, I guess. It's super awesome if you think about it. I mean, Atlas worked on this game for around 5 years since they released Catherine in February 2011 in Japan. Of course, they also made some spin-offs, but really this is their next big game. I totally loved Catherine, by the way. It's really a super unique game with interesting choices, awesome characters, and those plot twists, man. Oh my god. And of course, Persona 4, that game made me care about Persona. But yeah, it was a port of a PS2 game. I played it on Vita. So now we can finally see what a 2016 Persona game looks like. Or 2017 in our case. Bring it on. February 14th is far away, and what's kinda sad, I mean, it's the same day that For Honor releases, and as you might know, that's one of my most anticipated games, but why do that? I guess I should not be sad though. To February 2017 is going to be super awesome. But first, we can enjoy the Japanese audience. We can enjoy those pictures. We can enjoy those crazy stories about people standing in line. I will share them via my Twitter. You can find me at YourRaptor. Let me know if you look forward to Persona 5 in the comments down below. Like this video if you did. Subscribe for more reactions on the latest gaming news. Goodbye.